Unlike Pradi, I was as an international student. It's been really well.
You have studied both in India and in Ireland.
Of course, there are a lot of cultural differences.
About the cost of living in Ireland. Like lately, I've been hearing
These guys have for the Indian people here. Let me tell you, computer science, you have every single opportunity that you can.
Like-
He was working for Cadence, and it is an electoral. I'm working as a software developer in Microsoft. So
और देख सैम क्या कह रहा है
तेरे वाला भी
क्या वाला वो तो देख लेके आया था वो तो लाया था।
सुनने के लिए you can of course go over to studentinireland.com.
बाकी चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर देना मेरा और लाइक। हे गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। आज है 23rd 23rd जुलाई और आज मैं ले रहा हूँ वनज का इंटरव्यू। तो वनज के बारे में वनज खुद बताएगा। वनज, कैन यू ब्रीफली इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ?
Okay, as Pradi said, I am Banaj and I study with him in the same course in Trinity College, Dublin. Both of us are going to be pursuing our masters next year. And unlike Pradi, I was for my first 2 years in Thapa University back in India in Patiala. And then we had the international engineering program where I was transferred with my credits for the 3rd and 4th year in Trinity College, Dublin.
What motivated you to choose Ireland as your study destination?
Well, there were multiple factors. I could say that back then what I was mainly thinking about was also because my brother is already living here. He's been through the same process. He also was studying for first 2 years in Thapar and then he moved on to Trinity. So that was one point that was with me, that I have my brother here so I can move out here. Second was that because the world was facing COVID-19 and we were just continuing our studies online, I was just worried that if everything is going to continue online, I wouldn't be able to, gain my knowledge through the. I mean, of course, online has become much more proficient, but then you always want hands-on time when you want to become an engineer. And I heard from my brother that they were going to continue classes in Trinity. So I had both options open for me, but then, of course, with that in my mind, I had to go for Trinity. Also, Thapar has more theoretical knowledge, and then, professors are more kind and they're more approachable in the sense. But then Trinity has world-class infrastructure and they have their professors which are really great researchers and great opportunities here, so I chose Trinity.
And how has been your experience till now as an international student?
As an international student, it's been really well because all of the people here are really welcoming. The Irish culture itself is really good because you can go up to anybody and speak to them about anything and they're going to be reaching out to help you in any sort of way. It can be in college or even in your workplaces. The professors over here welcome questions and they try their best to transfer that knowledge to their students.
So you have studied both in India and in Ireland, like your first 2 years in India in Thapar and the next 2 years in Trinity. So what major differences you feel are there in both the education systems in India and Ireland?
Well, I feel in India, I wouldn't generalize it to India, but I can compare it with Thapar. In Thapar, I felt it was more of theoretical knowledge that you could gain, which is, of course, it is important, and it was more examinations based. The exams in Thapar were way more harder than they are in Trinity. But in Trinity, it's more about continuous assessments and your own work and how, of course, in Thapar, I can say this now, all the students, used to copy each other's ideas, but here you have to be more original and you need to take care of, keep in mind that your work doesn't get plagiarized, and of course you need to help out your friends, but then you need to take care of yourself as well, that and use your own knowledge to do your projects. So here it's more projects and practical based, and in India I feel it was more theoretical based. Not that we didn't have great projects in Thapar, we did, but it matters over here more that you use your knowledge that you've learned in classes for practical projects and everything.
And did you feel any cultural differences when you came to Ireland first?
Of course, there are a lot of cultural differences. Back home, it was well, the language, of course, everyone knows the language you speak back home, and then over here it's mostly the thick accents that the Irish guys speak in. So that's one of the differences. And here there's more freedom, of course. And in Thapar we had the curfew after 9, which nobody actually followed. But yeah, so those are the differences I can actually tell you based on colleges. But yeah, it's been really good and really pleasant here.
And what helped you to adapt to these changes?
For me, it kind of sort of automatically happened. It's for people to adapt. You need to be around the people you actually know, and I already knew the people who were going to come here. They were my friends from Thapar, and then I met you here because they knew you already, and then my social circle kind of grew from there. So I didn't really have to put in a lot of effort. But yeah, with the engaging with the international students, yes, you do need to make an effort, to go and talk to them and get to know more about them. So yeah, just be a little talkative. I think you'll get to know everyone.
And were there any personal challenges you faced?
I went sort of with the flow. There weren't any challenges, I suppose, I faced, honestly. That's right.
Could you share more insights about the cost of living in Ireland? Like, lately I've been hearing from lots of my subscribers that the cost of living is very high in Ireland and stuff like that.
Not really the best kind of guy to speak to your audience about cost of living, but I feel I do know people. I'm not gonna say myself. I do know people who they'll go through the month with like 300-400 euros, apart from their rent. So I think those are really good people, exhibit A. But for me, it goes to 800-900. But that's probably just how I become. I'm sort of careless somehow how I spend my money. But yeah, I'm actually taking a few tips and learning myself. But yeah, you can actually spend around 300-400 euros and really live a very comfortable life here. But then based on like your rent, now we are living here, we are paying around 1250. So that's a lot. The place isn't as big. So but that's Dublin for you, I guess, and this is how the rent system is going to be. So yeah.
Any more tips on how to find an accommodation here?
Unighar and contact student in Ireland, because this is how I got this place as well.
Manoj, what all societies did you join in college, like in Trinity, and how did they help you to adapt with the culture, Irish culture?
Well, quite honestly, I don't really recall joining any societies in Thapar. I know I
Trinity
did.
Indian Society.
थापर की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं.
Okay.
शुरू से करूँगा.
ठीक है.
So in Thapar, I don't really recall joining any societies. I know I did join some societies, but then because of COVID, I wasn't really active in any of those, and I don't think any of the societies were active also back then during lockdown. But after coming to Trinity, I joined Trinity Indian Society. Of course, because of the really good events that these guys have for the Indian people here. And yeah, they're doing a really good job, because they bring together the Irish people and all of the people, of course, the international students and any other society. I don't know, I've been pretty busy ever since I've come to Trinity, so I don't think I've had time for societies.
Where were you busy? Like, what were you doing in your free time?
I was mostly as soon as I came here, after all of the partying and stuff, it was like 1 month of the tourist kind of mode I was in for 1 month. And after that, my brother told me, where's your CV? CV,
Moment of reality.
Moment of reality. And then I started building my CV. I started applying for jobs, and then realized my coding.
This is in your third year?
Yeah. Started applying for jobs. I got tons of callbacks. There was no recession back then, of course. So got a lot of interviews, and then realized I'm not good at interviews. Then I practiced my interviewing skills, and then I realized after that there's a coding technical round. So wasn't good at that as well. So started practicing my technical skills, and then practicing lead code questions, and going through that hassle every single day, because of course as a computer science student you need to, I think, almost code every single day so that you don't lose your touch, and if there's a technical round, you just go and answer that as easily as you can. So yeah, that's what I was doing in my third year per se.
So what kind of job opportunities are available in Ireland in our field? Like मैंने भी अपनी वीडियो बनाई है, लेकिन from your perspective.
Oh, from my perspective, let me tell you, computer science, you have every single opportunity that you can
Like you are
find.
doing electronics or electric or something also?
Yeah, I'm doing electronics and computer. So yeah, in both the sectors, there are a lot of opportunities, because Ireland is the IT hub for Europe. This is why there are low taxes for businesses. They were promoting all of the companies to come here and build their headquarters, and now you can find everybody from like Google to Meta to I think there's Nvidia also here,
Yeah.
and there's
Apple.
yeah, there's Apple also in Cork, and then Cadence, and then Microsoft. So you have all of these huge companies here, and they've built their headquarters, and then
Special emphasis on Cadence and Microsoft. I like that.
MasterCard, of course, Jai MasterCard.
Jai MasterCard.
And yeah, so these are the companies that you have here. And putting the recession aside, there was job freezing for about 6 months, I'd say.
It's still going on.
No, I think they're
It's a bit
resuming.
difficult for the current graduates to find a job.
I would say it was difficult for the roles above the graduate level, because that's usually the sector that kind of suffers because of this. But yeah, it's the job market is resuming again. Within a few months, it's going to be back there, and if it is going to be anything like it was before, they're going to hire again, because I was getting interview callbacks almost like every alternate week when I was applying. So yeah, it's going to go back there again.
So as part of master's program, I was interning at MasterCard for 6 months for my second semester. So can you tell us more about your internship experience, and where were you interning, and what are your future plans now?
Well, as part of my internship, I was working for Cadence, and it is an electronics company, but I was doing the software stuff over there to enable the electronic companies to make their chips and stuff. But yeah, so the experience was really well, because they have a very welcoming culture, and they appreciate questions you go and ask them. So it was overwhelming at first, of course, because you go to a big company and then they hand you over your tasks and stuff, and there's training, there's a lot of training, so it's overwhelming for the first few weeks, I'd say. But then yeah, you get into the flow, and then your work is up there. What Trinity asked from us for that semester was that we had to submit a goals report, what you need from this internship, and then there was a midpoint presentation with your mentor or manager at your company and your professors here in Trinity. And and then there was the final report for like 50 pages, I suppose. Yeah, that was it, where you give all of the technical details of what you did in your internship, and then you get credits for it. So you were getting salary all along, and then you get credits as well for your college. So that's really good. So I really like this program. I would encourage anybody who's coming here to take up this program. I know you have to go back and do your masters again, but given off of how this is really a very good opportunity, because you get exposure from a workplace as well. I really feel that it is a really good deal that Trinity is giving us. So yeah, I really would like any of the students to take this up.
Yeah, and what are you doing right now?
Okay, so when my 6 months are completed, I also, with God's grace, bagged in another job last year. I'm working as a software developer in Microsoft. So that was also a huge process, because Microsoft also had like 4 interview rounds and coding assessment and 3 hours of technical coding. So yeah, that was also a lot of fun. So after all of that, they did hire me, and now I'm working for Microsoft here.
As an intern?
Yeah, as an intern.
Okay.
Well, I'd say I just joined this month, so like it's still in the honeymoon phase, I would say, because everyone says nice, and the not big roles have been given to me yet, but I do know what's going to be coming next, and It's going to be challenging as well, but I need to, do it well because they also have this placement offer that they're going to give you if you do well at your job. So Microsoft does hire you after your education is completed. So let's see, hopefully.
That's right. So did you find any specific support and resources from Trinity while finding your internship and building your CV and stuff?
For building my CV, of course, my brother was here, so let's say from Trinity as well, so got support from Trinity in that way. And then after that, there is a CV clinic here. They review your CV, they tell you if your CV is good enough, if it is going to pass through the system, and then you're gonna get a call back. So they sit with you for about 45 minutes or 1 hour, and then they discuss your CV. And yeah, that was really helpful. In third year, I got a lot of callbacks after that 1 hour session. And for my 6 months internship, which I just did in Cadence, that was also referred to me by my professor Eugene, because the semester before that I did really well in that particular module. So he referred this job to me, and I actually applied for it. So that was really good. So Trinity is really supportive if you want to do that. And they also have their career portal, so there are going to be job listed over there as well. So you can go look up, and yeah, you can find your jobs from there.
Okay, Manoj, can you tell us about your most memorable experience at Trinity till now?
Most memorable experience should be all of them, and should it be geographically at Trinity, because don't really attend a lot of classes. But yeah, I'd say holi. Holi is really
Which
good.
one? Third year or fourth year one?
Fourth year. That's mostly because I knew you were like president back then, so okay.
Oh, उस time Sam था. Oh, देख Sam क्या कह रहा है?
तेरे वाला भी था, fourth year में तो तू था.
लेकिन third year में तो Sam था ना?
अरे यार, sorry.
हाँ.
Sam वाला भी अच्छा था यार.
कोई बात नहीं.
चल कोई नहीं यार, ऐसे Sam के साइड में बैठा है. So yeah, both the events were really good, holy events, because all of the people from all of the countries and all of the international students come there, and they're dancing to Bollywood songs, and everyone has colors on their faces. So and also Diwali, I really like Diwali over here. Yeah, these are the two most memorable I think memories from Trinity. Yeah.
And worst one as well.
Worst one, rejections. They actually let you down. They really let you down sometimes, because sometimes you go to the final round and you give it your best, and you think you're gonna get a call back because you really had a good chat with the interviewer as well, but just try to get a positive mood back. I don't know how you would even do that, because rejections are really bad, but yeah, at the end of the day you are going to get the job. Somehow you will, if you have technical skills and you are good at what you do, you're gonna get the job.
So Anuj, last question. What advice would you like to give to incoming students who are coming from India, and to those as well who still haven't decided whether they want to study in Ireland or not?
One advice, I think first of all, you should know that it is a really great place, and you will be welcomed here. There's global room here, and then all of the people at Trinity are going to do their best to make you feel involved. And as far as your studies are concerned, this is one of the greatest institutions, so you are not going to be let down if you do your best and you put in your hours every week. You're going to really love it here. And my final advice, you don't really have to bring food from India, man. Come on, it's
सब मिल जाता है, तो आपको कुछ जरूरत नहीं लाने की.
हम हर जगह हैं.
मैं फिर भी लाऊंगा. मैं तो भर के लेके आता हूँ अपना.
जो तुम्हें लगता है कि लाना चाहिए, बट फिर भी
I
don't really bring anything from India. There are so many.
अगली बार तो आएगा ना, बैग खोल के देखूंगा तेरा.
मैं कसम से कह रहा हूँ डैडी, मैं अभी गया था, मैं कुछ नहीं लाया. I know Asian store, there are many Asian stores.
क्या लाया होगा?
क्या लाया हूँ मैं?
मखनी ग्रेवी.
ये मानवी रख के गई है.
वो ऑरिगानो क्या वाला, वो तो देख लेके आया था.
कुछ चीजें ला सकते हो, बट यार लाइक you will find ready to eat and haldiram and all over here. That's all over here. So don't really have to worry. Unless you want to spend 400 euros a month, then yeah, surely bring stuff from India.
So Anas, thank you for your valuable time. अब बता, किसी को तेरे से डाउट्स पूछने, लाइक इफ एनीवन वांट्स टू आस्क डाउट्स टू यू, कैसे पूछ सकता है?
मुझसे डाउट्स पूछने के लिए you can of course go over to studentinireland.com and you will find my page there. There's my you can see my photo over there and then you can ask me a question.
Okay. बाकी चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर देना मेरा, और लाइक कर दो, कमेंट कर दो, कोई भी डाउट है studentinireland.com पे वनज की प्रोफाइल मिल जाएगी, उसमें सारे इसके इंटर्नशिप एक्सपीरियंस, कहाँ पे इसने क्या करा है, सब कुछ मिल जाएगा. सोसाइटीज़ भी इसे याद नहीं होगा, लेकिन वहाँ पे इसने और भी लिख रखी हैं. तो पीछे वो नवल बैठा हुआ है, हाँ देखो वो बैठा हुआ. तो बस सही है, करते हैं बात. बाय. चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर देना.